Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. So today we are going to have this session on CMAT LR from past year papers. So we'll see that what kind of questions are have been asked in the past, and that will give you an idea that what is the level of the examination. Right. So I'll be taking some around 10-12 questions. That will give you a brief idea that what is the level of difficulty of the LR section. And should you be worried what ideally would be the time taken for you to solve this section as a whole, right? So if you have gone through past year papers, so you would be knowing that reasoning is not that difficult in CMAT, right? Be it any other section, reasoning, English, or quant, right? So it's about getting great score in GK section, because in other sections, if your concepts are clear, if you know the those things, okay, you know that okay, you can solve these questions, although you might take more time to solve. Questions do not get repeated. Okay, so every year they have new questions, but the level does not go high, right? So far, whenever they've had the examination, except one or two questions in a section, others are quite doable. And yes, they ask from all topics, like especially in quant. Some people think that okay, they might not ask permutation combination. Let me skip that. Do not do that. Cover all the topics, right? And then it is about like how much you do in the examination. So cover the basics of all topics. There'll be a couple of difficult questions probably from one or two topics, but rest of the questions are quite simple. Okay. So we are running this series for CMAT, last lap to CMAT, which is every evening at 7 p.m. Okay, and it is available on our YouTube channel as well as on our app. So you can view these sessions. We've already had some sessions. Today also we will have a session on current affairs, a must attend session for you all. Okay, so now these are the questions from CMAT 2019. So I've picked these questions from 2019 paper. Okay, so it is a question on strong and weak argument, that is critical reasoning. So you will get a handful of questions, let's say 4 or 5 questions on critical reasoning also in the reasoning section. So it has a statement followed by two arguments. You have to tell that which of the arguments is strong. CET, somewhat. I mean, some of the individual questions uh, will be relevant for CET as well. CET better than CMAT. Yes, CET is better, but the thing is, I mean, again, uh, there you have to get a very, very good score if you are non-Maharashtra candidate. So statement is, should the political parties be banned? And there are two arguments given. First is, yes, it is necessary to teach a lesson to the politicians. Okay. And second is, no, it will lead to an end of democracy. Okay. So which of the arguments is strong? So let us see first argument. Right. So it could be, see, whenever you get a strong or weak argument, do not focus on yes or no. Right. You can have different opinions. You might say, like, you might have an opinion of for yes, you might have a opinion for no. Right. This reason is important. Right. This reason should be something which is satisfactory. Right. If it has flaw, right. So that means I mean, that is not strong. Okay, so focus on the reason, not on yes or no. It could be yes also, the answer could be no also. So the argument says it is necessary to teach a lesson to the politicians. So it like if you teach lessons to the politicians, it is not necessary that if you have to ban political parties to teach them a lesson. There could be other ways also, right? You can punish them, right? You can expel them from the party, right? But banning a political party is not the solution. So it is not a strong argument. Now, second argument says it will lead to an end of democracy. Yes, Yes, it will lead to an end of democracy, right? If political parties are banned, that will be, what is democracy? Democracy is like people have the voting rights, right? So if you ban political parties, people will not ban, so people will not vote. So what will happen? So it will be some like kind of autocracy. So it will lead to an end of democracy. So that is a true reason. So that is why second is okay. Which word does not belong with the others? We are given four words. We have to find which one is odd one out. Now these kind of questions hardly take any time, right? So even if you are slow in doing questions, there will be many questions like this which will hardly take any time, like less than 15 seconds or maximum 20 seconds, like that. So they will balance your other questions which might take time. Let's say some quant question is lengthy, but you can do it because you have enough time for the paper. When you appear for the examination, you will realize that 3 hours are more than enough. Okay, you will many students will finish within 2 hours itself. Now, if you see this pupil, cornea, retina, vision, right? So now these are parts of eye. Okay, and vision is what? Vision is the ability to see things, right? It is not a part of eye. These are all different parts of eye: pupil, cornea, retina. So you should have some slight general awareness as well. And of course, every one of us has this. It, even if you have not studied science beyond 10th, but this is something that you still know, right? This is something that is taught in the middle school level: pupil, cornea, retina. Find the odd one out of the given combinations. We're given four options and four letters. Your knowledge of alphabets is also important. Okay, make sure that you have good understanding of the order of alphabets, because questions on coding, decoding, odd one, and all these involve the knowledge of alphabets. Okay, so A is coded as 1, B as 2, third. So that thing one must know. Without parties, how democracy ends? There are no parties. Who will you vote for? Right? Democracy is when you have some voting options, right? There are no voting options, then what will happen? There will be no democracy. Okay, so let us see this. So T is the 20th letter. T to U is +1. U uh, B W, then it is +2. W X Y +2. A to B is +1. B to D is +2. Right, two letters ahead, and then D to F is +2. N O is +1. EQ +2. Right, R S +2. G H +1. I J +2. Then K L M, it is +3. That is something which makes it different. Okay, so rest of the three follow the same pattern. This is an odd one. Okay, easy ones. So this is how the level is, right? I'm not picking up, these are questions from uh, the actual paper. So this gives you an idea that okay, there are many questions which are easy also. Some might be time consuming, but yes, you have enough time to solve questions. Pointing at Ankit, Shruti said, his father is the only son of my grandfather. How is Ankit related to Shruti? So there is a technique to do. I mean, this is a short one, even if it is a long one. Whenever there are questions on pointing, right? So always start from the right hand side. Okay, this is still a short sentence. If it were a long sentence also, start from the right side. Son of my grandfather. What is son of grandfather? Father. Only so only son of my grandfather means that Shruti's father. His father is my father. Okay. So if Ankit's father is Shruti's father, then it means that Ankit is a brother of the simple one. Now see, one thing in blood relation is never go by names. Okay, you should not go by names. But if you're saying bro or sis, see it is written as his. His is for male, right? So that means he's the brother. If his were not written, okay, if his was not written, then it could have been sister also. But his is mentioned. So his means he's referring to Ankit. Ankit is. So that means it will be brother. But otherwise, you should not take any name for any gender. Okay? So you had one question from blood relations also. Now this is a question on data sufficiency. Hence, you must know data sufficiency also. In the following question, three statements are given, and you have to answer the question that how old was Deepa on 30th of October 2018? Which of these statements are required to answer the question? So the key in data sufficiency question is, right, if you have two statements, right, so then check first, check second, and then check first and second, right, if there are two statements. If there are three statements, you should check first, you should check second, you should check third, and then you should check first plus second, second plus third, any order. I mean, you have to check two of these. And once you have checked these, then you must check first, second, and third combined together. Okay. Now, if you see this, this is a three statement one, and the options are not individual ones, right? So these are not given in the options. So let us check with the combination of these and then only move on to the combination of all three, right? Sometimes people make a mistake is here you might have got the answer by using all three, but sometimes people make a mistake is they check by all three. So this should be the process. So first you should check by one statement, then you should check by combination of two statements, then the combination of all statements. Right? So let us check because to verify this. So Deepa is 6 years older than her sister Prabha, and Prabha is 29 years younger than her mother. Right? So we do not know Prabha's age, we cannot tell Deepa's age. So first and second are not sufficient. Okay. Now if you look at second and third, Prabha is 29 years younger and Deepa's mother. Right? So we do not have mention of Deepa. So second and third are not sufficient. First and third, Deepa is 6 years older than her sister Prabha, and this is Deepa's mother, right? So there is no connection between the third, right? So we do not know how is Prabha related to mother or Deepa related to mother. So we can eliminate this. Now, if we combine all three, Deepa's mother celebrated 45th birthday, right? So we can find Prabha's age. If Prabha's age is known, we can find Deepa's age. So all three are required to answer the question. Okay, all three. In a certain code, Ripple is written as this and life is written as 8192. How is pillar written in that code? So there are questions like this which are so simple that anyone can answer them correctly. Right? It is about being focused in the examination. right? I mean, you should have complete focus. Make sure that you mark. Sometimes what happens is you do questions correctly, but you mark wrong answers, right? So be careful about that. You have enough time. You can do easily the paper within 2 hours, maximum 2.5 hours, right? It does not go beyond that, even if you are very slow. So it is more about how much general awareness you have, because there it will create a difference. Okay. Now you see this in this case, what is the coding thing is they have given the corresponding code, like R is 6, I is 1, because we see I as 1 here also. Then P is 3, P3. Then L is 8. You can see L here also. Then E is 2. Okay. Then LIF is 9. So these are the codes. Now we have to find pillar, PILLER. P is 3, 3, 1, 8, 8. E is 2, and R is 6. 3, 1, 8, 8, 2. Such an easy question. It hardly takes 15-20 seconds. Choose the necessary for the given word. This is again a variety of question. Uh, Basic reasoning skills. Which of the following is necessary for swimming? Quant questions also are generally easy. There are few questions. I mean, maybe 2 or 3 questions which could be difficult. Okay. Now, what of the following is necessary for it? Now, see, uh, some people might relate. Okay, swimming suit is one word, right? Swimming pool is another word. Life jacket is related to it. Water, which is necessary. See, not necessary that you wear a swimsuit, right? You can go in your normal clothing also, right? Although that's something that they are recommend you, but you can swim in normal clothes also, right? Or swimming pool. The first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word swimming is swimming pool. Not necessarily that you swim in a pool, right? You can swim in a river, you can swim in sea, you can swim in any other place, right? You can swim in lake also, right? So that is not necessary. Again, life jacket is not necessary. You can swim without life jacket, but water is a necessary thing. You cannot swim without water. You cannot swim in desert. Water is necessary. In some way, 1, 2, 3 means he is talented. 3, 4, 5, 6 means talented people earn more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 means people earn more to enjoy. Then what is equal to earn? And remember, in CMAT, at times there are incorrect questions also. Okay, and later they are rectified. So if you find, like, if you find something wrong, try it again 2-3 times. If you do not, you know that okay, this is a wrong question, just leave that. That happens every year. Okay, you should know these things also. Because some people think that okay, there is a wrong question, they end up wasting a lot of time. So you can try check once again to verify that you are doing it correct. Then if there's a wrong question, just move ahead. So 1, 2, 3 means he is talented. 3, 4, 5, 6 means talented people earn more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 means people earn more to enjoy. Right? Now, if you see this, in these two, 3 is common, right? And talented is common. So talented is 3, right? Then 4, 5, 6 people earn more, and this is again 4, 5, 6 is people earn more, right? So we cannot determine actually. or if they've written in order, right? People earn. Okay, so they have written in order, right? 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. People earn more to enjoy. Yes, so they have written in order, so then it is 5. You must also uh, check this, right? If they've written in order, ideally in these questions they have mixed up codes, right? Codes may be written in some random order, but if you see this carefully, they have written in order only. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hence you will mark earn is the answer. 4, 5 is the answer. Okay, otherwise sometimes it is jumbled also. Okay, many times it is jumbled, but here they have written it. In the following question, a statement is followed by two conclusions. Choose the correct option. The statement says that any student who follow unethical practices disqualifies himself from the examination, and two conclusions given that those who involve in unethical practices in the examination shall be debarred and examination system should be improved. Now see, what is the statement given that if a person is involving in unethical practices, then the person will be disqualified, right? So conclusion is saying the same thing, that if a person is involved in unethical practices, that shall be debarred. Debarred means prevent someone from doing something, right? So that person will be debarred. So yes, conclusion one is true. Okay, because it is saying the same thing, right? Conclusion is what? Whatever is given in the statement, that part from it. Okay? Examination should system should be improved. Is it talking about examination system anywhere? Is it saying that examination system should be, there is uh, there is some fault in examination system and should be improved? Nothing's given as such. It never says that examination system is bad, we have to improve it. It is saying that if a student is involved in unethical practices, that person should be taught. So only one follows. So conclusion, you must see that whether it is talked about in the statement. Okay, do not go by your own assumptions, right? So whatever is given in the statements, you have to just restrict your knowledge to it. Even if it says that cheating is good, you have to follow that. Okay, yes, cheating is good, right? If statement says that, suppose it was against it, it was saying that people who follow unethical practices should be promoted, you have to go by that. Okay, that is what critical reasoning is. You do not have to apply your own knowledge. Whatever is given in the statements, you have to restrict yourself. Japan is coded as KCSES. You have to find the code for castle. A very simple one. You hardly find any difficult questions in CMAT. So J to K, we know it is increase of one letter. A to C, it is an increase of two letters. P to S, increase of three letters. Right. A to E, increase of four. N to S, increase of five letters. Okay. So C plus 1 is D. A plus 2 is C. Okay. Before you write the entire code, right, before you write the entire code, see the options. It is saying DK, DJ, DI. So that is your answer. So in the examination, I mean, CMAT, you have enough time, you can recheck, right? But in other examination, you should not do this mistake. Like suppose it is SNAP, right? Wherein you have 60 questions in 60 minutes. There is a fast examination. So as soon as you see a right option, just mark it. Here you will have enough time, so you can check also whether it is correct or not. So S is 19, 22 is B, T is 20, 24 is X, L12, 17 is Q, and 11 is, that is right. Okay, simple logic. Now another topic that is common in CMAT is analogy. Now you've seen that, see, most of the questions are one-liners, right? They can be done very, very fast. So not to worry about these sections. If your logical thinking is okay, you can do well in the examination. Please focus on GK a lot because GK is very, very random. Right? At the same time, if you see GK questions, you will say, "Arey, to aata hi nahi hai." Okay, things can be covered by current affairs and all, but I mean, the more you cover, the better prepared you are. Right? Still, there will be very random questions in the examination. So it says hen, chick, frog, dash. Right. So hen, the younger one of a hen is called a chick. What is the younger one of a frog? Younger one of a frog is called tadpole. Okay, now these are some knowledge-based questions also, but these are not something that like sometimes you get in English these questions. These could be tricky, but in reasoning, if you get, they will generally test basic knowledge. Okay, so you will not have something like very difficult words you might not have heard of. Okay, find the missing number in the series below. So going through past year papers gives you some confidence that okay, this is some examination that we can target. Okay, like if you feel that okay, you are good with uh, GK, then CMAT is something which you can target because other three sections will be definitely easy. Okay, for example, let's say if you are trying for ZAT, okay, your decision making is not good, you have no idea about that, then that's something that you should not be focusing on. Right? Similarly, CAT, you know that okay, these are the difficult examinations. Right, SNAP is a speed based examination. If your speed is good, you can do well in SNAP. Questions are not difficult. But here questions are also easy, time is also there. GK is something that makes the difference. Okay, so 24 to 28, we see that this is plus 4, this is plus 2, right? Again plus 4. So by that logic, there should be plus 2, that is 36. So that is the series plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. So the next term is 36. Number series also, if they ask, they do not ask very difficult ones. Right? Number series sometimes tricky in SNAP, but in CMAT generally easy ones. Even if they ask difficult ones, you can spend some time on number series because we saw these questions, right? So we did uh, 12 questions and you saw that quite simple, right? It was almost half of the section. Right? Earlier it used to have 25 questions, so I picked 12 out of those 25. You saw that I mean, very simple questions can be done quite fast, and I'm sure most of you must have got all the questions correct also. Right, so people score very well in this examination in three sections: quant, make sure that your concepts are clear in all topics, right? They will ask questions from probability, they will ask questions from maybe heights and distances, from algebra, right? Functions and all. So you have to cover all the topics. Uh, you have time to solve questions. Time is not an issue in this. Okay. All right, so this series we've launched recently. It started on 14th March. So every evening at 7 p.m. we have this last lap to CMAT. Right, so do join this series. Today we are going to have a session on current affairs. Right, I'll be bringing up some questions from current affairs so that you can test yourself that where do you stand uh, uh, as compared to others when it comes to your preparation level. Okay. All right, so that's it for today's class. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.